So I'm a sucker for an Air Max Plus TN. These sneakers, they always grab me, especially sort of the colorway and the way they look. For me, it's just, I know it's quite a loud design, but these, I don't know, for some reason these sneakers grab me every time. And these are the 25th anniversary edition, and it's got kind of a nice sort of presentation with it. You know, the box is very cool. It's also got nice inside sort of story telling about Air Max Plus and its anniversary, and the paper in here as well. It's got sort of detailing around, you know, what's basically the shoe is made from and how it's made. Onto the sneakers themselves, I saw these online. I kind of knew that well, especially in the UK, that they wouldn't really go on sale, and they sold out very quickly, which TNs normally do here in the UK. Air Max is one of those things that's really popular, and basically this one just grabbed me. It's kind of similar to the Pata Barcelona that came out just a little bit before this, I think probably a couple of months before this, but I prefer the look of this one better because it doesn't have loads of football branding on it. It's just a plain TN sneaker. What I like about this one is the detailing on it. So it's got this kind of, I suppose, this kind of pattern on here inside. You know, this black sort of pattern, just kind of like sort of a starry kind of material, I guess. And, well, sorry, starry kind of pattern. And the color scheming, you know, kind of coming from blue into sort of purple, pink, and then kind of this kind of reddish, pinkish color on the other side, not, you know, on the medial side of the trainer. I also like the touches to the airbag, so it's got kind of the yellow and red on there as well, and the, you know, outsole, it's got kind of like hits of the blue and red mixing. It's just a really nice sort of detailed sneaker. I just think they're really cool. With the TNs in general, I like this kind of wavy pattern overlaid on top. This plastic just looks cool, and it's just, yeah, a loud sneaker, but very cool at the same time. And they, you know, I find them sort of relatively comfortable as well on feet, so slightly sort of on the firmer side as well. But you don't really use them for running now, but you know, they could feel sort of lifestyle sort of walking around in, especially here in the UK. So here are the details for the Air Max Plus TN 25th anniversary. It comes in a black, white, black varsity red colour scheme. I'm not sure why the blue doesn't feature on there, but I'm guessing it's just because probably don't have room on the label. It's inspired by 4 previously released colorways over the last 25 years. So that's the Sanguine, Palm, OG Hyper Blue and Fibery, which was voted by basically customers, and basically put those all together to create this particular shoe. It has like tuned air in the forefoot and the heel, so it's just similar to any other Air Max, but with slightly newer technology compared to, say, an Air Max 1 or an Air Max 90. It has an EVA midsole, and it's mainly made up of the upper's made up of synthetic materials. The price is quite steep, so that was £170. Comfort and sizing. So with this, it's got a medium to firm sole, so don't expect it to be soft. It's very kind of bouncy. You know, at the end of the day, previously when it was released 25 years ago, it was mainly sort of for running, but I think especially here in the UK, people just wore it casually and more for sort of leisure and lifestyle really, and it's just got a unique look to it. It's got good comfort in terms of the support around the arch, again because it's a runner, it should have that. That's kind of a must really, but it's quite sort of neutral at the same time. No wearing time really because of the synthetic materials used, so it's pretty much good to go. I think the more you wear them, the more the cushion sort of settles in and starts to feel a bit softer. I would go sort of true to size on these, but I'm kind of in between, where sometimes, you know, if you're wearing sort of thicker socks, then I would sort of go half size up, which is what I normally do in Air Maxes, but they are sort of true to size really. A 7 can fit me, but I just like that extra bit of room around the sort of toe box and the on the sides. It also, I think, in my opinion, has good traction for all seasons. It's quite similar to like a trail shoe really. It's not as extreme as that. You know, it doesn't have like a massive sole and massive sort of grooves in the actual sole itself, but it does give you quite a lot of grip and traction, which I found anyway personally. So when I wear these any time of the year, I'm happy. In terms of the look and style, they're basically, as the 25th anniversary now, so it's a 1998 retro runner. It's got very sort of vibrant colours and details, and that's kind of what the Air Max Plus is sort of renowned for. It's just a very sort of loud and colourful sneaker. As I mentioned, it's good for sort of all seasons really, because it's a dark colour. Even if you get it dirty, you're not going to see much of that. The only thing I think to be wary of is when you're sort of wearing them, the sole wears out a lot quicker than other trainers I've found. Mainly sort of casual wear really, so I would kind of basically wear them casually. I don't think you can sort of dress them up smart, but you'll see these in the streets of London. They're best with any kind of lace really. I think with this one you can go kind of crazy, so it's up to you, but they come with the black lace, but you could easily sort of switch them out because of the colour scheming on the trainer, for blue, red, you know, even pink and yellow as well, because it's quite sort of touches of yellow on the sole and the tongue as well. In terms of the pros, it's a classic styling, so you're not going to go wrong with a pair of Air Max Plus. It's the 25th anniversary, which I like, is the homage that it basically pays to the previous colourways and the history of the Air Max Plus. And it's just great for all seasons. I think it's just a really cool trainer. Cons, I'd say the cost. I think the cost is really high on these. I'm still not sure why, because £170 is a lot for a old 25-year-old runner. So, and it's not as if they're using sort of expensive materials. So I can only imagine it's probably to do with the fusing of the plastic layers along the upper. But even with that, I'm not so certain. And I would say the colours are not for everyone. Obviously, this sneaker and usually Air Max Plus, they have like kind of loud colours, and the design itself is kind of out there, and still sort of looks fresh even 25 years later on. So in terms of its ratings, I just really like this sneaker. I think I'd give it a 5 out of 5 in terms of the look and style. Comfort is probably, I'd say, a 4. I think with this, it's again not going to be softer, but it is comfortable in terms of it's a medium. Just expect it to be sort of medium on the firm side, but it's still not going to cause you problems when you're sort of walking around. Your foot feels quite sort of secure in place. In terms of quality, it's with this one I've got no issues really. The material is obviously going to be synthetic, but the way it's been built and the colour scheming and the attention to detail on the trainer, I think is just amazing. And the pricing, that's my kind of only issue really. So I think the pricing is still too high for these kind of trainers, which are kind of old, 25 years old. Score, I'd give it as 5 out of 5. It's just a brilliant sneaker, regardless of the issues. I think it's one of the best colorways to release in quite some time, in my opinion. So yeah, so it's a good sneaker to pick up if you can.